What's up, trading bros and sisters? Welcome to Trading Floor. Wildcard here, TB's in the seat, and this Thursday is not playing around. 6 macro prints hitting at 8:30 Eastern. Fix. One morning. This is the heaviest data dump we've seen since January.
Before we get into it, standard disclaimer. Nothing we say here is financial advice. We're two guys talking markets, not telling you what to buy. Do your own research and make your own calls.
Here's what's dropping at 8:30. Personal consumption expenditures, CC, gross domestic product, GDP, unemployment claims, durable goods, personal income and spending, and new home sales. All at once. But the story isn't just the number, it's the pre-positioning.
3 Fed officials spoke in 24 hours before a major print. That coordination is intentional. Kashkari said inflation is the priority. Goolsbee said energy inflation is more persistent than expected. Those are your baseline hawkish talking points.
And then there was Lisa Cook. Cook said rate hikes are back on the table. Not a lean, not a hint. She put the threat on the table directly. That's a different gear entirely from what the other two were saying.
Context matters here. This is Kevin Warsh's first major C print as Fed chair. If the number comes in hot today, Warsh is boxed. No June cuts. The equity risk premium gets repriced and growth stocks give back what they've been holding.
Here's what got my attention more than any of that. Gold.
Gold hit a 2-month low this morning. Oil bounced 2.5%.
Gold was the Iran fear trade. Smart money running to gold meant the war premium was alive and moving markets. Gold going down while oil bounces? That is not a war trade anymore. That is a Fed trade. The war used to move money. Now the Fed moves money. That's a regime change, and I think a lot of people are still sleeping on that shift.
The hot C scenario, Cook's threat becomes policy direction, IWM gives back the rate cut premium it's been carrying, and growth gets repriced faster than the market is prepared for. The cool C scenario isn't clean either. Permanent tariffs and an oil floor from the Iran situation mean the structural inflation problem persists either way.
Either way, the ceiling on rate cuts just got lower. That's the point, regardless of what the number says at 8:30.
This print can't solve the problem. It can only tell us how fast we're moving toward it.
And that connects to everything else we're covering today. Let's get into it. The artificial intelligence market just split in half.
Snowflake, ticker SNOW, up 35%. Amazon committed $6 billion over 5 years. That is a receipt. A specific dollar figure, a specific timeline, a contract in hand. The market rewarded it immediately.
Meanwhile, Salesforce, ticker CRMI, one sentence. Disappointed. No receipt. Moving on.
I have a live position in Marvell Technology, ticker MRVL. I entered at $198.71. It's sitting at $193.13 right now, down 2.81%.
Thesis still alive?
Thesis alive. Not confirmed. My system is patient. Stop is at $101.70. No tiers hit, nowhere close. But the market is telling us something. Marvell's custom silicon story is real. The hyperscaler contract with a dollar figure attached to it isn't here yet.
Without the paperwork, you're just a good story waiting for a catalyst.
That's the honest read. Another quarter of waiting is still on the table.
This is what I've been calling the earnings honesty tax evolving. April was. Be honest about Middle East exposure or the market destroys you. May is a different test entirely. Show me the paperwork. Generic artificial intelligence will drive our growth is dead as a catalyst. The market wants a signed check.
DELL Technologies, ticker DEL, reports after hours tonight. That becomes the hardware receipt proxy. If DELL guides strong on artificial intelligence server demand, that tells us what Marvell didn't deliver. We'll come back to DELL later.
Okay, let's talk about the part of artificial intelligence that nobody makes YouTube thumbnails about.
Micron Technology, ticker MU, crossed $1 trillion in market cap. Revenue tripled year over year. Not on a flashy product launch, not on the charismatic CEO, purely because artificial intelligence memory demand physically cannot be met right now.
Here's my confession. I had the thesis right from $373. I kept saying I wanted to enter around $600. Micron is at $930. Being right about the thesis while being wrong on the position is just being wrong. Full stop.
My Wave Trader system has 7 shares of Micron remaining. Took profits at 3 tiers on the way up. Cycle return on what's left is 8.68%.
My TFT caught the rotation. Advanced Micro Devices, ticker AMD, at $488.78. Broadcom, ticker AVGO, at $412. The system saw the semiconductor run even when my gut couldn't pull the trigger on the name I'd actually called.
The broader question is whether this is permanent repricing or cyclical peak. Micron at $1 trillion. SK Hynix at $1 trillion. Samsung at $1 trillion. The entire memory sector at these levels simultaneously.
Last memory supercycle, 2007-2018, ended when crypto demand collapsed and smartphone sales slowed. That cycle did not end well for latecomers.
This cycle's driver is multi-year artificial intelligence capital expenditure contracts, not spot demand, committed spend. That changes the cycle dynamics potentially. Whether it changes them enough, nobody knows for certain.
But here's the thing that makes this feel different to me.
HP publicly warned that rising memory costs will pressure their margins through year-end. When your customer complains about your prices in their own earnings call, that is pricing power confirmed from the buyer's mouth. That's not analysis, that's a primary source.
All right, oil. Yesterday, oil dropped hard on an Iran-Hormuz agreement headline. Today, oil is up 2.5%. The United States struck Iran again. Trump went on PBS and said, "Zero sanctions relief." 13th time we have watched this exact play.
The pattern is consistent. Peace headline, market buys, physical reality contradicts. Every single time.
And here's the thing, though. Oil cannot crack $100, even with active military strikes happening. Boeing's CEO said 0 delivery delays from the war. The industrial world is pricing this conflict as background noise now. Demand destruction is winning.
The reframe is what matters more than the headline. A price spike you can trade around. A permanent floor you cannot.
Break that down for me.
The International Energy Agency is flagging oil investment dropping for the 3rd straight year due to war shock. Long-term supply constraint is building. Demand falling caps the upside. Supply investment falling raises the floor. Oil gets stuck in a band. When oil is stuck in a band, energy inflation becomes permanent and low-grade, not acute and temporary. That is what you cannot trade around.
And Goolsbee said, and I'm quoting here, more persistent than expected. That is exactly what he was describing. Not a spike. The Fed fights and wins. A floor that doesn't go away.
This is the inflation backdrop Warsh and Cook are working against today. Not a one-time shock with a clean resolution. A structural problem that compounds quietly.
That's also why gold flipped. The war premium is fading. The inflation premium from Fed tightening is replacing it. Same gold chart, different reason for the move.
The Fed story displaced the war story. The gold chart told us before the headlines did.
All right, earnings tonight and tomorrow morning. DELL is the first test. $9.7 billion confirmed Pentagon contract. That is not earnings risk. That's already announced revenue. The risk is entirely on the artificial intelligence server guidance side. Estimate is $2.79.
Iris Energy, ticker IREN, already rallied 13% on the DELL air cooling partnership announcement before the print. The hardware ecosystem is pre-pricing DELL's artificial intelligence infrastructure position.
So the question tonight is simple. Does DELL show locked-in artificial intelligence infrastructure demand with dollar figures attached, the way Snowflake did? Or does it come out vague and inconclusive, the way Marvel did? Hardware receipt test, live, after hours.
MongoDB, ticker MDB, also reports tonight. Estimate is negative 30 cents. Snowflake proved out the data layer of the artificial intelligence stack. MongoDB is the application layer test. If MongoDB guides on AI-driven query growth, the full data stack thesis is confirmed. The full picture tonight: memory already confirmed with Micron, hardware with DELL, data layer confirmed with Snowflake, application layer check with MongoDB. One night, the whole thesis on trial.
Costco, ticker COST, reports tonight at a $4.91 estimate. Middle class health check. Costco traffic is the best single read on whether the middle tier is holding in this economy. I watch this one every quarter.
And Best Buy, ticker BY, reports pre-market tomorrow. If Best Buy shows demand for artificial intelligence chips in consumer laptops and gaming hardware, the expansion is real beyond the data center. If Best Buy misses, the artificial intelligence hardware boom stays data center only.
Dollar Tree, ticker DLTR, and Burlington, ticker BURL. One sentence. Discount retail stress confirms the three-tier economy thesis we laid out in April. Watch those prints. All right, system check. TFT is running 6 positions, approximately 29% cash. Advanced Micro Devices at 40 shares, slightly underwater. Broadcom and Alphabet, ticker G. OGL, both green. Coca-Cola, ticker KO, as the defensive anchor.
The system is hedging growth exposure with consumer staples simultaneously. That positioning says something about the uncertainty level the model is reading right now.
No callouts going into the PC print. I had a DELL limit at $168. I pulled it. Entering before earnings is gambling. I got stopped out of a position recently for being emotional about the trade, and that lesson is still fresh enough to sting. Cash is a position today.
Wave Trader, $118,985 in equity, $11,759 cash, 14 open positions.
Wait, the board said 2 positions.
Huh, the board said 2. The standing rule saves the show every single time. 14 confirmed by the system.
What's the cycle P and L?
Negative $2,849 on the cycle. Solar Edge, ticker SEDG, up 31%. Alpha and Omega Semiconductor, ticker AOSL, up 18.8%. Micron up 8.68%. Those 3 are carrying the book. Wolfspeed, ticker WOLF, down 15.72%. Uranium Energy Corporation, ticker UEC, down 14%. Those are the drag right now.
And the VIX?
VIX rate of change is flat 0. System says clear to trade. Yesterday it scanned 308 signals, took 11 entries, and blocked 297. That selectivity is the system doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
Any new callouts?
No new entries. Advanced Micro Devices at 495, stop at 475, stays as is. Waiting on the C-print and DELL tonight before anything new moves.
Same from the TFT. No callouts, sitting on cash. Neither of us is buying today. That's discipline, not cowardice.
Data comes first. Then we react.
Here's what we're watching going into tomorrow. 1. PC at 8:30 this morning. Hot print means Cook's rate hike threat is real. No, June cuts, growth gets repriced. Cool print is temporary relief, not a solution. Watch the 10-year yield for the first market red.
2. DELL after hours tonight. The artificial intelligence server guidance is the number, not the Pentagon contract. That's already known. We need to see locked-in infrastructure commitments with dollar figures. Vague guidance tonight means the receipt economy thesis holds.
3. MongoDB tonight and Best Buy pre-market tomorrow. If both show AI-driven demand, the hardware story expands beyond the data center. If both disappoint, the boom stays contained.
4. Gold and the 10-year after the C-print. If gold stays down and yields move up on a hot number, the Fed story is fully in control. That's the regime shift the gold chart is already pricing.
That's the tape tomorrow. Stay patient, stay disciplined, and bring the paperwork.
Don't trade the story. Trade the contract.
In this market, conviction without a contract is just a story. Make sure your thesis has a receipt. I'm Wildcard. That's TB. We'll see you tomorrow on Trading Floor.